Hello, how are you guys doing today? What is happening? Cheers and all. Is anybody here besides me? Doesn't matter. What is going on? How are the technicals? Fine. Where's the Diet Coke? Right here. What is going on today with the stream? We got to get it going because it's going to be a long and very fact and fiction, fact and presumption filled stream. I have a feeling today. But most of all, it's just for relaxing and having fun and enjoying a little flight simulator. And then the second half of the stream, guitar day. So I'll play whatever guitar is handy over there, play some guitar songs, nothing too new. All right, so let's do a little introduction for everyone. Basically, I just do half Flight Simulator, very short introduction today. Half Flight Simulator content every day, except for Tuesdays, and then half musical content. We alternate between guitar and piano. So today I will play the guitar, and tomorrow will be another stream. All weekend I'll play the piano tomorrow. But today's stream, what are we going to do in Flight Simulator? Yeah, normally I have no plan at all, and today plan. I don't know why, but yesterday I was playing this song by James Horner. Let me bring up some more research here. The song I was playing was Um, was from an American Tale, and the really the big song there is called Somewhere Out There. And I was playing that on stream yesterday. By the way, you have a place. Well, we'll do it tomorrow though. We'll do Norway, but let me know. I'm sorry because I already kind of have this weird plan for today. Excuse me one second. Although I do have a lot of Norwegian fans, and I do want to fly to. So let me tell you about the plan today. So I was playing this song by James Horner, and Science was there. Oslo to Tromsø. Tromsø. Okay. Is that south of Oslo or north? Anyway, we'll figure it out. We might have time to do it today later because I usually do a longer stream on Fridays because I don't have to go back to work. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what I have planned for today's stream because I think it could be kind of interesting. This famous composer, one of the most famous composers in the world, the composer of the Titanic, and one of the most awarded composers, James Horner, died in 2015 in a single engine plane crash, his own personal plane, while he was flying around. At age 61, he was extremely rich. He was extremely famous. And now he's gone. And I didn't really know much about it. By the way, just to talk about how James kind of awards. Let me look up James Horner. What kind of awards he was getting? For example, let's see. Let's look it up. Photos known for music department. Where is his awards page? I guess he doesn't have one. Does he? He won 2 Oscars, 56 wins, and 92 nominations total. That's crazy. Come on, you want to show me? Oscar, House of Sand and Fog, Oscar, Beautiful Mind. These are nominations. Oh, he won for Best Original Song for Titanic. My Heart Will Go On. Won the Oscar for Best Music for Titanic, blah, blah, blah. Really big, famous person. So he purchased himself a really high-performance plane called a Tucano, Short Brothers Tucano. I hadn't heard of this either. So I looked up what a Tucano was and kind of did some research on that, and I found out that it's very similar to the Swiss made. It's made originally by a Brazilian company and by its Embraer, and then it went. Went it to England to make it and modified it substantially for the Royal Air Force. Excuse me. Right. As a trainer, as a single engine turboprop trainer. So when those planes went out of service, they got sold in around 2010. They got sold. They're built in the 80s originally, or late 80s. They got sold to private parties for a few $1,000,000. So if you're a rich person and you wanted a really like a Ferrari of planes, this would have been a good one. I mean, it's a 2-seater, it's a trainer, it's super fast. And apparently this James Horner was an avid pilot. There's some interesting stuff that I'm going to be showing you in a minute, but I'm going to make sure I'm on the world map. So challenge 1 is to find the airport that he took off from. I do want to make sure I get this part right. What in data? He was in a Tucano Mark Short Brothers Go 2. One of it says what airport. What is the name of the Maricopa, California? Camarillo. Okay, KCMA. Thank you. Okay. KCMA. Camarillo. Perfecto. Excellente. There we are. This is where he took off from. And I believe that he was canyon carving that day in these canyons that they're fairly close to California, south of the camera of here. He was literally having fun in his plane, and he went. Apparently, the plane was fine, but he went into the terrain. And he wasn't drunk. They don't think he was messed up. They don't think he was depressed. They just think that he was flying dangerously in his own personal, very high performance plane. So we're going to take off from here, but in the closest, I do not have the specific plane that he has, but I have a very similar plane that was also considered for the use by the Royal Air Force as a trainer, and it was designed as such, it has very similar performance, and it's the Pilatus PC-21 turboprop. So we're going to take that bad boy out. I love this plane. We got red, we got purple, we got red, we got kind of gray, we got this lime green. He would have had a fairly sedate, I would think, normal looking. We don't want anything too wild. But still, his plane has still, we want a cool color. Let's choose this one for some reason. That's calling out to me. He wouldn't have needed a full tank of fuel. So on the final day, he went out. He took off on October 20th, 2014. Oh no, that's the last inspection date. Sorry, when did he take off? 9:30 in the morning. Okay, good to know. Close enough to now. June 22nd, 2015, a beautiful day. He was 61 years old, survived by his wife's 2 hours of his initial news coverage, followed by a loss of interest in the accident, except on the part of NTSB investigators. And I did read the full report, and I have that to show you if you want to see it. If anybody's here who wants to see the accident report, we're going to look at that. So we're going to start off cold, because I like to start off these planes cold. Hello? Did we crash? Yeah, I don't think it's doing anything. Let's see if she wants to come back to life here. I don't think she does. Give her a second. Ugh. I don't think she's gonna love. Microsoft Flight Simulator is getting extremely touchy on my computer. Give it a second, because it might restore, but it's not looking good. Yeah, we'll start her up again. Okay, we don't have a lot. And there's plenty to, it's good, on today, there's actually plenty for me to talk about. Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's using a lot of CPU. Wait a minute, it came back. Wow, okay. No need to kill it. Okay, we got the PC-21. We're just going to start cold. Let's see if this works. Yeah, happy Friday. So, I don't know if you just got here, but I'm going to quickly redo what I said. And I think I might have mentioned this to you. I don't know if you remember this, but you mentioned when I was doing that James Horner song, excuse me, Somewhere Out There, a song I love the keys. And we talked about the Cynthia Wheel and Bobby Man, whatever. Barry, you were like, oh yeah, James Horner, he died in 2015. I looked him up. Yeah, he's the very famous composer of the Titanic. Died in a single engine plane crash in his own plane, and that started me down the rabbit hole of figuring out where did he crash, why did he crash, what kind of plane did he crash, was it a mechanical failure, was he on wild drugs, was he depressed, did he run out of fuel, did he not know what he's doing? He was an avid pilot, he knew what he was doing. And then I found out that the plane he's flying, first of all, there's a full NTSB accident investigation. The plane he's flying is the Tucano, which is a Short Brothers version of a Brazilian plane that looks a lot like this. It's the same format as this. It's a forward-backward trainer with a turboprop, a turbo engine in the front. So this is the plane that he would have purchased. Yeah, no, I have by the way, the F5 Tiger just got updated today, so we're going to want to take it out as soon as possible. So did my Russian jets. This is a Swiss-made, single-engine, very high-performance turboprop, and you can see it's made for military training applications. It would include a trainer in the back and a pilot, a learning pilot potentially in the front. And they would both have had ejection seats. You can kind of see it in there. That's the kind of performance we're talking about here. But it is not a jet plane, so the propulsion was not quite the same level. But we're proposing to simulate a situation where James Horner purchased one of these planes when it came off of the trainers. They stopped using. Dang it, where are they? Okay, they just got this. It's tricky to kind of get these buttons where I like them. Okay, emergency gear. Where's the? It's like around here. No. Fuel pump switch. Engine control 1. Okay, hold on a second here. There's one of these, the main battery, I think. That's over here. Battery. There we go. Battery. There's 2 batteries. We're going to want the alternators on. We don't need the de-icing. Oh, right. There's a... Sorry. The tiger behind me. Yeah, there is a tiger behind me. That one there. Thank you for... yeah, any of the planes that I have in my inventory can appear on a runway or the pad alongside you in any deliveries. So the cool thing is knowing that whenever you see a plane, and you can see there's a F-14 or a that's a Russian plane back there. I think that's the MiG-35 or whatever. That I can jump in any of those. We can get out. We can take a stroll. You want to take a closer look at the F5. It's a beautiful model, and it's a great flying plane. Again, it just got updated today, but then we could also stroll around in this. So there's a lot of options. Several helicopters. This is my Spitfire. I always love my Spitfire. We took that out last week. Let's go back to where we were. Let's get this thing, get it started up. Got to get fired up at some point in this day. We're not going nowhere. We're not by the way, we're simulating a person's last flight today. I think the engine starter, fuel 1. Wait, let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in a little closer here. Okay, here. What's this? External power, landing gear lever, fuel pump switch on. Both fuel pumps are on. Okay, engine fuel 1. So we turn the starter on. That automatically sets the throttle. Very good. We don't need these. Looks like that's all come on. Okay, are these all on? De-icing switch. Okay. Navigation lights. Probably need them. Taxi lights. Sure. Strobe lights. Why not? Rotating beacons. Note the engine is coming on, by the way. Things are spinning up. It takes a while. It's a turboprop. But yeah, things are happening. So what are we simulating? What's flight? Okay, James Horner is one of the most famous film composers ever. He passed away in 2015 at like the height of his fame, really, having composed won several Oscars, having composed Titanic. He did that song "My Heart Will Go On," that made what's her name so famous, the Canadian chick so famous, Celine Dion, right? And he loved to fly, and he bought himself one of these, a very similar plane to this. And he said, I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to do some cadmium carving, and that's the last he did. Now, I'm going to show you something. I think I can do this. We're going to switch over to my desktop here. A couple things I want to show you here. This is what he looked like. The prolific composer whose vaulting theme music for Titanic earned him 2 Oscars and became the best-selling orchestral soundtrack ever. Died on Monday when the single turboprop plane he was flying solo crashed and burned in the Los Padres National Forest in Southern California. That's what we're doing. Yeah, so no more. And he had a lot of music in him. Let me put it this way. But we have the docket here. So I want to show you a few things. This is the NTSB docket, and this is the report that was issued 2 years later in 2017. It has a lot of stuff, record of things, record of various people who said he was flying really low. The interesting thing is what I'm going to show you here, the radar track. This is the radar track. Now we're looking on a forced perspective, but we're looking north, from south to north, pretty much. This red thing is his possible track, although the radar could not track him when he was too low. This is all low, but you can see how it looks like a roller coaster because he was not going in a straight line from point A to point B. Oh, no, 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 no. He was doing what I'm about to simulate. Now, maybe not exactly what I'm about to simulate, but he took off from here and he went into the hills and he started going east to west and he was having a good time. And this is where he ended up right here in a ravine, okay? I don't know if we're going to find the exact ravine, but I'm going to try to find it. I haven't done this before, but I did do the research and I'm like, wow. We have an overhead track, which kind of shows again that he was doing these curlies, but he was not just curlies that very close to the ground, like where it hits here, where it's close to the ground. According to the report, he may have only been about 100 feet above the ridge line, and that's fine in Microsoft Simulator, but not in the real world. It's a bad idea in the real world. It's a terrible idea, and he died. You know, I mean, he probably, you know, according to the report, he did not maintain sufficient altitude. You know, he basically it was controlled, controlled impact with terrain. We're gonna be heading south to get to this canyon. I might make it a little clearer. It looks a little. We'll see what the weather is. Now, the weather that he was on that day was very clear. It was a June day. It was perfectly clear. We can do that, so we can always simulate the weather. All right, where's the runway around here? All right, let's get going. Those, by the way, those pipes that are in part of the windshield are for the anti-icing, but we will probably not require them. But this plane is, because of its military requirements, had to deal with icing conditions on the windshield, and that's kind of the way they would deal with it for this kind of plane. If you bought it yourself as a private pilot, you may not have had to have that feature. All right, we're going to take off. We're going to head south, and we're going to find those ravines. I mean, everybody likes the Titanic movie. I love the Titanic movie. I mean, and then the soundtrack is amazing, not just the song. And all the... Why am I bouncing? All the songs are great. Yeah, it's like I'm driving over a possum or something. What is that going on there? There. Is it actually modeling the poor quality of the concrete, pads there? Or I've never seen that before, where it's kind of going up and down. You can see it quite obviously, doing it regularly. I think that's probably not good. It's probably a bug. We'll pretend nothing bad's happening. All right, we're gonna get out of here though. So the exit at 9:30 in the morning. The airplane was a Short Brothers PLC S312 Tucano Mark 1. Went down 16 miles south of Maricopa. So you'll see, we're going to get down to the end of this runway here. We're going to head south. It's a plenty long runway. We don't need the whole thing. But we're heading there quickly. Yeah, I mean, something must be going on here because I feel like it's like I have a flat tire almost. It'll be fine when we get off the ground. This is a very high performance plane. So if you were a rich person and you probably were into aircraft, this would be the ultimate, like getting a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, because very high performance. It's expensive to own, costs millions of dollars. It's expensive. It's not like a little thing. And if you're gonna own it, you want to take it out and give it a spin. But he should have just done it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Of course, in 2015, when he did this, he took this out. We're pretending we're in 2015 here, by the way. He couldn't have. Microsoft 20 was still 5 years. It was still 5 years away. Flight Simulator. All right, we're at the end of the runway here. We're at the end of the runway. We're going to ask for takeoff clearance, and we're going to go do some canyon carving and then not survive it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we won't die right away, because you could see he had quite a few of these flaps to take off, which is mid position. Oh, we're cleared. Okay. I love the look of this bird, though. And it's got a very clean cockpit, too. Oh, sorry. Yes, takeout clearance. Clearance. We're getting out of here. Okay, so the people at this airport probably knew James Horner and kind of probably were a little... I think the clouds are mostly up to the north, and we're heading to the south, so we should be okay where those mountains are. They would have known who James Horner is, you know. I mean, it's L.A., and there's a lot of, you know, celebrities around, but he would have been like one of the, you know, not all of them are avid pilots who have fancy planes like this. Okay, flaps up. South departure it is.
Camarillo Tower, KNSH 9er, continue for south departure.
He was alone in the plane. He wasn't like trying to. And I checked. There's a listing that shows the air speeds. He never exceeded 300, but he rarely got below 200. So I'm going to try to get our throttle in that range. Are there any other controls? No. Okay, so he went south of the Camarillo Airport here. That's on our map. We're heading south, and he went into these hills. Yeah, well, that's fine. And he said, well, I got the plane up and out. I'm going to have a good time. And this is literally about how high he was flying. And then he went up this one from this way here. And he went like this. He was fine. You know, at some point maybe he looked in his rearview mirror. But yeah, apparently this is about how high he was flying, which is about 600 feet off the ground. Witnesses that he flew over, apparently there's a couple of houses, claim that he was 400 to 700 feet off the ground. But as you see, because of these ridges, that means you're gonna be just a few hundred feet above the ridges. So this is where some of the witnesses would have lived. So he went down to this canyon down here. And I believe he was trying to run this one here. Yeah, he would have been very, very famous and well known. But, you know, there are famous, you know, composers, actors, producers, directors who own aircraft. You know, that's not unheard of. But this one is pretty. So he went this way to the east, and then he made a turn right around here. I'm gonna show you what he did, because I kind of looked at it. I'm kind of looking at what his track was, and then he made a turn right here, but not at super high level, to not hit this thing over here. So he went like this, and then he made a big loop here. And he did this a couple times, by the way. You know, nothing too crazy so far. Okay, so we're going to take this canyon. We're going to see if we can get down in this canyon here. I think that's what he was thinking. Okay, 236. Yeah, so I was reading about the history of the Tucano airplane that he was in. And the camera, okay, we're at 500, but we're still at 1,700 above the air, which is what they're measuring. They measure him at up to 8,000 feet, but I don't think he ever actually got that high. It's just the radar has trouble. Once you're in a canyon, it can't read you anymore, so it kind of guesses where you are in order to create a continuous path. But I believe it almost certainly his ending point was a little further to the west here, a little drier area. But this is kind of what it was looking like to him. I'm guessing, you know. I mean, it's exciting, it's fun, you know. If you're gonna have a plane like this, You know, why not? But yeah, he got this low, and I don't think he recognized that this particular area here doesn't have a great exit. So he probably went left or right, doesn't matter. No, he wouldn't have gone. He wouldn't have been here. I think he would have made. Anyway, he made a bunch of passes. It wasn't the first time he went through. We're just making a pass here. Okay, we're heading out to the west. We got this whole section here. Oh, yeah, I think we can go down this way. Yeah, you can even hit the ocean, and then we'll come back. I don't think his track shows him going as far as the ocean. So I think we're farther west than he would have went at any point. I should bring that up. Hold on a second. Where's the radar track? I'm going to pause this real quick. So I'm looking at, let me look at the radar track again. Don't think it shows him. Yeah. The furthest west he got was the fields. Where the, I'll show you, was this part here. Let's make a turn before we go way too far. Yeah, he didn't really hit this part. I think I can figure it out, though, from where I'm looking here. Because there's these fields here. Yes, this is on the map. But I'm looking at the overhead view. So this particular part here, right over here, kind of right over... Yeah, he went over multiple times. Like, he went around this whole section. Like, Hi, Giorgio. I'm doing this. I'm recreating exactly where this guy was and what he was doing. And this plane is the Pilatus PC-21, which is a really high-performance plane. He was so rich, he owned one. He just bought one for himself to have fun in. You know what I mean? It's that kind of being rich. Now, while I don't have that kind of rich, at least I do own a very similar plane. He was in a Tucano, which is a brilliant, like the Embraer. His name is James Horner. You can look him up. I don't know if you're familiar with the music, the movie, Titanic, very famous James Cameron movie. Okay, so they're flying over here. Where is there's a canyon there. Oh, yeah, okay, the drier one, I think. Because he went down this line, this gully. There's a gully here. I can see him going down multiple times at low level. I think it might be this one here. So we're going to try that. Okay, yeah, it's this one here. So he was doing canyon runs up and down this canyon. And, yeah, he misjudged the canyon. He was going real low. He misjudged where he was. He was having a grand old time. And I can see it would be fun to do in real life. You know, if you got millions and millions of dollars. Where is the canyon we're looking for? This one here. Yes, I completely see this on the overhead map. So he did this run 4 different times, back and forth. So we're going to do it one time here. He did exactly what we're doing here. Okay, I guess it's along this road. Yes, I see the road. Yes. So basically, people on the road would probably see him basically right above their head. Okay, 257, and that also jives with about the speed he was going. Because they have a record, they have a radar track of him. He was probably following the road. Well, I can see that he was, and then he would go up and make a turn right around here. So he did this a couple times. He wanted to turn around. He wanted to do that again. He was having fun doing this canyon run. But even for me, you know, doing it in simulation, it gets a little dizzying to try to do some of these turns. And you can see, you know, unless you really know what you're doing. But you know, he was kind of he wanted to fly like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. And this is kind of the kind of stuff he was having a good time doing that day. That happened to be the last day of his life. And they have footage of the wreckage and some rather gruesome descriptions of where they found the body. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. It's all there on the NTSC, the government site there. I have it up here. There's a docket. The accident report was completed in 2017, 2 years after the accident in 2015. Yeah, he was 61 years old, so he was younger than me. Well, younger than I am right now. I know. Man. But I mean, that's, you know, you can imagine he had, you know, everything. He had everything. But now he's basically just a grease spot in these hills up here. Okay, so I see where we're going here. We're going again up the canyon that he liked to go up, I think. Yes, where the road is, where this road goes up. And he was doing it he did it 4 times, twice each way. So this is our second time down this path. And at roughly this height, not a safe height, according to the NTSB, but he wasn't drunk and he didn't have drugs or anything. This, you know, he was just having a grand old time. I'm going to crash. We're going to crash. I kind of want to figure out where it was. Unfortunately, because it was long enough ago, the satellite map's not going to show it anymore. But I think it was down in here. Before we do this, okay, so I think, hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this map here. There's a pin here called FIPC, which I think is the point of the crash. So yeah, I actually think it would have been a little, just further north here. So he was because of the rather steep elevation change here at this part. I think you could easily misjudge some of these ridges. But again, they were saying the accident report says he was less than 100 feet over the ridge line. But I believe it was probably in here somewhere, according to, well, it wasn't that populated an area. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, it's good to keep going. Was it back here? It was too populated. This is newer, I think, than it wouldn't have been there back then. And you come out here. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Now I see where it is. We're very close. Exactly where it is, we're not going to be able to find it because it's not marked. I mean, there's probably some way of knowing it, but I am looking at a map over here that shows his radar track, which they were tracking. And I'll show you where I think it ends, and we'll die there. Or it's about time. And symbolically, just, it was, okay, so we're going to go south from here, south, over this one. It wasn't a very high point. He wasn't that high off the ground. I think it was around, yeah, it was right around here. So I think he flew in like here and like made a curve and landed right around there. And that would probably have been within a mile of the final resting place. James Horner. So, thus ending the dramatic final flight of James Horner. I did this research, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, send the analysts. They went out there. There were some details I wanted to read here. There's a wreckage diagram that shows, you know, where the frame was, where they found the oxygen bottle, the first indication of the thing, and yeah, it was right in this. Okay, it was more of a drier area. I don't know if that's exactly where it was. Come to think of it. I bet I could see it. I want to check something here. Now that I'm seeing this and exactly where the road is, we were here. There's a place where the road goes right by a gully. But which road exactly? It's a fairly straight one. Yes, this road here. And I think this is new. I think it was around here. I don't know. Might have been somewhere else. Anyway, close enough. Wait, oh yeah, I was going to see if I had any details I could read. I want to say something. The accent examination, accent site examination summary. Okay. Blah blah blah. A witness stated the airplane flew directly over his house in straight and level flight between 500 and 750 feet above ground. Didn't sound like anything was wrong with the engine. Record was a dry creek bed. The airplane had been destroyed by high impact forces and post impact fire. The debris was this is a whole bunch of details. They show the trough, and they show a picture of some burnt metal and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We're fine. We'll be fine. We didn't die or nothing. We lost. We terminated the flight due to impact with the ground. But life is it's scary a little that way. So listen, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over because I had a good time. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over to guitar. I think that's a plan. I do want to get to it. And I think that was, I think, as far as I'm concerned, I kind of successfully recreated as much as I needed to of the realistic conditions of James Horner's final flight on his Tucano, based on my reading of the NTSB accident coverage there. Let's get back out of here. Okay, so the next thing that's going to happen is Sweet Home Alabama. Absolutely. Although, gosh, yeah, why not? No, I played on the keyboard, but I'm going to play guitar. I can play that on guitar, too. Somebody had me play Hit the Road Jack, but that's a keyboard song. So, and they say, oh, you're looking at my, don't look at my mail. Oops. We're fine. There was nothing good there. Yeah, just give me a few minutes. Sorry, I was looking at, give me a few minutes to just bring my guitar in here and get my little amplifier set up. It'll really take 2 minutes, so enjoy. Okay, get back to this a little bit here. Oh, what's up? But it's good to always good to thank you for suggestions and stuff. I do really appreciate it when people come and say, "Can you play this?" I may not be able to do it right away, but it's something to think about. And usually these songs are songs I've played before. By the way, how you doing, Messi on YouTube? The second half of the stream is pretty much commenced in that we will be doing some live guitar dinking around. Today's guitar is also a continuation of me playing one of my number one, which is this Epiphone Les Paul. What's it called again? It's a Les Paul limited edition, custom artisan Lee Malia signature edition. It's got Lee Malia signature. Lee Malia, lead guitarist for, of course, massive metal band Bring On the Horizon. When the skies are so blue, sweet home Alabama. I don't know the lyrics, but I will play it. Man, I'm coming home to you. Let me just sing that song then. We'll play a lot of songs. We've got plenty of time. At least this will give me the lyrics as well. And it better give it to me in that key. It should be in D, right? Yeah. Big wheels keep on turning. Wait, you don't want to do that every time. Heading home, see my kin. Sing songs about the Southland. Miss my old baby once again. I think it's a sin. Well, I heard Mr. Young sing about her. Well, I heard old Neil put her down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. Southern man don't need around anyhow. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Yeah, it's a good song. In Birmingham, they love the governor. Ooh, all he did was what would do. Now Watergate does not bother me. Does your conscience bother you to tell the truth? Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Sweet home, is there more to it? Oh yeah, then it goes. Now Muscle Shoals has got the Swampers. They're known to pick a song or two, yes we do. Lord, they get me all so much. They pick me up when I'm feeling blue. Now how about you? A sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Sweet home Alabama. Electric guitar. Can I play Sultan? Boy, we've got all those. Thank you for the request. I used to be able to play. But I can't do it anymore. Before time, I used to do it pretty well. Rev it up for Friday night. We're the Sultans. We're the Sultans who play Creole. At least the rhythm part. To make him cry or sing. It's an awesome song. They say an old guitar is all he can afford. Plays on the lights to play his bass. They're the Sultans. They're the Sultans of swing. I'd have to practice it again. I kind of had a little bit of the, not the solo, but kind of just the swing of the solo enough that I could get away with it. And I spent a lot of time on it. But as you can see, I kind of have a little bit, but I would not perform it that much. But I am going to perform this song because I really love it. It's called Modern Jesus. Need to put on my my fun little transition thing. It's called Modern Jesus by Portugal the Man. It goes a little like this. Oh, I got it. My camera's working. My cameras are not all working. Let me fix that first. Okay, what's not working here? Stream cam. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know why. Give it a second here. Should be fine in a second. There we go. And now we can get it. Just has some USB issues here. We're all good. It should be fine for the rest of the show. It's kind of bright. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. Now it's correct. Very good. Okay. Song, what's it called again? It's called Richie Blackmore. Also good choices. Somebody asked me to, Georgia he wanted me to play learn Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, which is his biggest song. And I kind of like, I could learn that too. But, most of my bands I learned are like REM or 90s, 80s, 90s, maybe 2000s rock band. This is a 2000s band, by the way. Indie band, Portugal the Man. Get my guitar, all right. Step right in, take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell you dreams. You don't need sympathy. They got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, wring it out to wash it out. Don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. Start little fires, yet they burn out. When they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. But when when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gate. He'll pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless. At least that's what we assume. But we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's keep the cool. You don't wanna feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing you can't use. Don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only thing we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. Would I agree that today's music is more about quantity, not quality? Generally, I guess, sure. I would agree with that. I would have moderately agreement. I mean, there's very little opportunity, for indie artists and things to take off just because there's been so much of it. And, the audience is not necessarily have an infinite, capacity to watch new bands that are also doing indie music. So basically, that song is by Portugal the Man, which is a pretty recent band. It's only a 14-year-old song. That's the newest song I've done in a long time. It was suggested to me by Mr. Smart. I listened to it a few times. So I'm like, I really like that. And I also really enjoy the band The Killers and REM. I want to learn Shiny Happy People. And I'm going to start learning that for the next one. But for the previous streams, I learned a couple of The Killers songs. Let's take my tune here. Nope. Yeah, I could play not Sultans of Swing, but that other song of his that I learned, or Dire Straits song. God, I could play it and sing it. I have to remember which song it was. But that one I learned a little better than Sultans of Swing, which is all-time great song, Sultans of Swing. Okay, right, the Spaceman. Spaceman goes like this. Spaceman by The Killers. I should bring up the lyrics, because there's a good chance I have not memorized these. I would say excellent. Okay, yes, that's it here. Okay. Oh, wait, I want a little Diet Coke first. Cheers, everyone. Diet Coke. If you're not enjoying the Diet Coke with me, I'm sorry, but I am. Nature's finest brown fizzy fluid. Started with a low light. The next thing I knew, they ripped me from my bed. Then they took my blood type. It left a strange impression in my head. I get over. Wait on a second. I just keep forgetting to do this. Know that I was hoping that I could leave this star-crossed world behind. When they cut me open, I changed my mind. This is called The Spaceman by The Killers. And I know I might have just flown too far from the floor this time. 'Cause they're calling me by my name, man. The zipping white light beams disregarding bombs and satellites. Now that was the turning point. That was one lonely night. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Well, now I'm back at home, man. I'm looking forward to this life I live. You know it's gonna haunt me. This hesitation to this life I give. You think I might cross over? You caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. You better look it over before you make that leap. And you know I'm fine, but I hear those voices at night sometimes justify my claim. And the public don't dwell on my transmission, 'cause it wasn't televised, but it was a turning point. Oh, what a lonely night. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. My global position systems are vocally addressed. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. I'm blind, but I hear those voices at night sometimes. The teacher says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. All in my mind. All in my mind. Okay. That's yeah, we'll do Human. It's just called Human, I think, next. Tune a bit here. I do like to do that song every time. But there's other songs I like to do. I always like to do Glycerine, you know. I've been known to play Hotel California. 'On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, saw a shimmering light. I'd go with my head grabbing my psycho dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway, heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle, and she showed me the way. There were voices down that corridor. Oh, I thought I heard them say, hey, welcome to the Hotel California. What a lovely place. What a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Man, it's Tiffany Twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard. Sweet summer sweats. Some dance to remember, or some dance to forget. So I called up the captain. I said, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. They flew up in the middle of the night, just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. We're living it up at the Hotel California. And what a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling. Pink champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. Stabbed it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. You can step out anytime you like, but you can never leave. I can do the whole song like that. Sometimes I do. Thank you for the compliment from No on YouTube. They said beautiful voice. I don't know if I do beautiful. It's better than it was 6 months ago. I've really been streaming for 7 months now. And I'm into the 1 year, so I got 5 more months to kind of, I don't really care, but then I'm going to really start trying some of these songs and like maybe do some maybe comparisons to see if I improve. I mean, you sing every day, you're bound to improve. And I do, even on Tuesdays, I sing a little bit. But as you see, I mean, I try to put myself into the song. You know, I try to sing about it as good as I can. It has improved, but it's got a long way to go before I'll be happy with it. I listen to myself in playback. And, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm sorry to say this, because this is going to sound really egotistical, but I listened to a couple of my VODs just a couple days ago, and I was like, fuck, that guy is fucking talented. You know what I mean? I'm like, he could play, he could sing, that's something, you know. That guy could go in front of an audience and probably entertain them for an hour or two by himself. And that's me talking about myself. Anyway, I don't want to get into it because it starts getting pretty egotistical, but yeah, that's a kind of a good feeling. I know I mean, I'm not talented as much as I'm willing to put the time into it until I get the results, you know, and I'm just trying to get some results here. I'm having a good time playing guitar, though. I enjoy playing guitars again anyway. And thank you for the compliments. Again, I'm just practicing here, do sort of a little rehearsal, just having a little Diet Coke. Cheers. Oh, it went away. I want to be able to switch. I gotta figure out a way a little easier for me to make sure I can switch to this channel when I want to just kind of talk and do a cheers, and then I can use my other button here to go back to the little musical section. Diet Coke. The cat just said something. He said meow. I don't know how to interpret that exactly. It's sort of a yawn and a meow at the same time. Which I'm going to interpret as I'm kind of tired, so shut up. But he could go anywhere he wants. He's right down there. All right, how's this one go? No one knows what. Thank you for the like. Be the bad man. Be the sad man. Behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like. Be hated. To be fated. To telling only lies. But my dreams, the heart is empty. As my conscience seems to be. I have hours, old and lonely. My love is vengeance, it's never free. No one knows what it's like. Feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard. Their anger, none of my pain and woe, well, can't show through. But my dreams, the heart is empty. As my conscience seems to be. I have hours, only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. When my fist clenches, crack it open, for I use it, lose my cool. When I smile, please tell me some bad news, for I laugh and act like a fool. When I swallow anything evil, put your finger down my throat. When I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. No one knows what it's like. Be the bad man. To be the sad man. Behind blue eyes. Oh, yeah, okay. So, in between songs. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. Want to come up? Hold on. The kitty wants to say hello. Come here. Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. Come. Are you thinking about jumping in? Come here. Mo, you want to come here? Nope, he changed his mind. There he is right down there. He's changed his mind. He's like, nope. Well, is he? Come here. Come on, Mo. I can't do this for you. You got to do it yourself. You want to make an appearance? You do? All right, I'll help you out. Come here, Mo. Here. Come on, kitty. Come on. There you go. Now you can be the star of the show. Cat content is highly prized by the Twitch and YouTube community. This is Mo. He owns the place pretty much, and I just live here. You know, I pay him rent in the form of cat food. So I'm pretty sure he thinks he owns the place. Let me put it that way. But he's 14. He's an older kitty now, but he doesn't know. He thinks he's still a kitten. He gets to go wherever he wants, do whatever he wants. And, you know, he's large and in charge. Mo. But he's very purry. He needs a lot of affection on a daily basis. Yeah, 14 is getting up there. Now, I've had cats that live to 12, and I've had cats that live to 20. So 14 is definitely more than middle age. But based on his activity level, I would say he has quite a few more years in him. So at least, I'd like to think. But he's, okay, he left. He's I left it out. It took long time. And now there's a turnabout, wondering if I'm behind. There's been times I'm so confused. All of my roads, where they lead to you, I just can't turn and walk away. Well, it's hard to say what it is I see in you. Underneath, I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can't do, left to prove, all for you. Excuse me. Finally, I figured out it took long time. Now there's a turnabout, maybe 'cause I'm trying. There's been times I'm so confused. All on my roads where they lead to you, I just can't turn and walk away. Well, it's hard to say what it is I see in you, wondering if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can't do, left to prove it's all for you. Rain is falling down, pouring from blue skies. Words without a sound, coming from your eyes. Finally I figured out, it took a long, long time. Now there's a turnabout, wondering if I'm blind. There's been times I'm so confused. All on my roads where they lead to you, I just can't turn and walk away. Well, it's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wondering if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can't do, enough to prove it's all for you. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. If I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can't do, enough to prove it's all for you. All for you, Sister Hazel, 1990 something, 1996, I don't know, in that range, maybe 80s. So, but we want to do that other killer song, Human, which goes, I better get the lyrics up here. I have to clear my throat too. Hello. Coming up to the near, that means the Diet Coke starts trending into the lower parts. Excuse me. The Diet Coke starts trending into the lower parts of the glass. We know, like the sands dripping through the hourglass of time, that the stream will inevitably come to an end. All right. Which, good news is, tomorrow will be a very similar stream, except I'll play the keyboards in the second half, and there will not be a memorial flight. It'll just be something random, unless our friends from Norway come back. They're probably already asleep, but some of our Norwegian friends were here early. They wanted me to fly around to Oslo. If they come back tomorrow, we'll fly around to Oslo. Did my best to notice when the call came down the line, up to the platform of surrender. I was brought, but I was kind. Sometimes I get nervous when I see an open door. Close your eyes, clear your heart. Gotta cut the cord. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Or are we dancer? Pay my respects to grace and virtue. Send my condolences to good. Send my regards to faith, soul, and romance. They always did the best they could. So love to devotion. You taught me everything I know. Wave goodbye, wish me well. You gotta let me go. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Will your sister be alright when you dream of home tonight? There's no message we're receiving. Let me know, is your heart still beating? Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Are we human? Or are we dancer? And my final song, appropriately, is, appropriate as far as I'm concerned, is going to come from the James Taylor canon. So we're going to do this one song. We're going to thank everybody for coming by. We're going to do a little outro. And tomorrow will be a fresh stream. I like having to do basically the same thing every time. It's fun. A little bit less of the vibe there. Just yesterday morning. It starts like this. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. walked out this morning and I wrote down the song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching, my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. No, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. There's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I would see you, baby, one more time again now. Oh, I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things are running my way this time around me now. Thought I'd see you smiling again. By the way, somebody asked me, thank you very much, No, for asking me, this is Fire and Rain. I'm sure shortly after you typed that, you realized it was Fire and Rain. That was just during the introduction chords there. Because, yeah, it's hard to miss hard to miss Fire and Rain. I should play another James Taylor song, though. Well, I got the capo on. We still have that much Diet Coke left, but we are running low. Welcome back. You want to come up? Come on. Kitty. Kitty, you want to come up? He just wants to meow. Hold on. Thank you. What song am I thinking of here? Mo. Okay, now he walked away. Something in the way she moves. Something in the way she moves. By James Taylor. Looks my way or calls my name. It seems to leave this troubled world behind. If I'm feeling down and blue, troubled by some foolish game, well, she always seems to make me change my mind. And I feel fine anytime she's around me now. And she's around me now almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell that she's been with me now. Well, she's been with me now quite a long time, and I feel fine. Every now and then the things I lean on lose their meaning. They find themselves careening to the places where I should not let me go. She has the power to go where no one else can find me. Yes, and to silently remind me happiness, good times that I've known. Lord, is there, I just got to go now. Isn't what she's got to say, how she thinks or where she's been. To me, the words are nice the way they sound. I guess I hear them best that way. It doesn't much matter what they mean. Well, she says they're mostly just to calm me down. And I feel fine anytime she's around me now. And she's around me now almost all the time. If I'm well, you can tell that she's been with me now. She's been with me now quite a long, long time. Yes, and I feel fine. That's one of his first hits off of the album James Taylor, his first album really, from 1970 something. Wow, I love playing James Taylor songs. That was fun. So thank you again for coming to the stream. We clocked in at about an hour and a half. That's pretty much, half the Flight Simulator content, half me playing a little bit of a live musical concert, switching up a few songs, playing some of the songs I play every time. Who knows? Maybe I'll learn a new REM song for next time. Today's coat includes a matching shirt and thingy. So come on. I get points for that. Thingy. Uh-oh. Hold on one second. Now's the part of the show where we say, the remote. The outro, we call it. Oh, yeah, that's comfortable. Here we go. The time we say goodbye, featuring Kitty Cat, Tuxedo Cat here. This is Mo. We say goodbye in the following way. We say, oh, he's out of here. We say, hey. I don't know what he wants. He just wants to meow. He heard me singing, and he likes to sing. He likes to chime in. Now's the time of the show where I talk about how much the Carol Burnett show, and I recently saw an interview where they're talking about her new show, Palm Royale, and how she has to play coma. But she gets to play things that are not coma. She's in a brand new show with Krista Wiig, too. I'm watching it. I'm probably going to finish watching it. Because of Carol Burnett. My show is very influenced by the Carol Burnett show. She did a variety show in the 70s that included music, comedy, and audience interaction, which I have all of. Maybe not so much comedy or music, Oh, she was. That's right. She's kind of been working on and off. I mean, she's getting up there. She's quite a bit older than me. Anyway, it is a lot like the Carol Burnett show in concept, but you do not get Harvey Korman, Tim Conway, Lyle Waggoner, or the incomparable Vicki Lawrence. You get none of those people, nor do you get Carol Burnett. But you do get me drinking a little Diet Coke and doing the following, which she also did at the end of every show. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. And she would do this every time. So thank you again for coming to the show. Tomorrow's show will be a lot like today's show. It'll also start around the same time on Saturday. But I have a little outro here, and then we'll enjoy the rest of our Fridays. So see you later.